Hey, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Sacred Knowledge Tarot. I am so excited for today's video for you. So this is by viewer request. Many of you have been sending me comments and emails about the card decks that I use on my channel. And some of you have even suggested that I make a video for you about these. So here we are, everyone. What I'm going to do for you is include the cards and the links to where you can buy these decks in the comment section below. So I have a lot of card decks that I use on my channel. And as I was going through all the cards, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can share all these in one video for you. So this is going to be like a part one series. And I'm going to try to go through these as quickly as I can because it is Sunday. I don't usually film on a Sunday, but I felt called to do this today and I was feeling very creative. And whenever I am feeling creative, I am filming, I am doing a lot of work on the channel, creating community posts, all kinds of things. So this is just a part of that. So I'm super excited here. So I wanted to first start with the main tarot cards I use on my channel. And I always lean towards Christopher Lee's tarot decks. And he has so many beautiful ones. So I just never know which one I'm going to use because I want to use them all at once. So the first one we're going to start with, and I'm going to share with you some of the cards on the screen so you get an idea of the visuals. That way, if you're interested, you can definitely check out the links and purchase them for your own. So we've got the Videns Illuminata Tarot deck. I've used this quite a bit on my channel. It's one of my favorite decks, and it's because of the visuals. They're absolutely beautiful, and I'm able to feel into them. There are some tarot card decks that I just cannot connect with, so I don't use them. But the ones that I do, I use them a lot, as you can see on my channel here. So this is the King of Cups, right? Again, the visuals. To me, this is a very masculine card, but it also is, connected to the emotional body. We have the Three of Swords here, right? So the visuals are what really stands out to me. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles here, right? Look at how beautiful these are. I love these cards. Oh my goodness. And here's the Temperance. So this is the first deck. So I've been kind of rotating with this one and Christopher Lee's most newest one, which is the Solara Steampunk. Now, wow. He just keeps getting better and better with his tarot deck. So he's got another new one coming up. I forget what the name is, but it's going to be out soon here. So this is the Six of Swords here. The visuals are a little bit different than the Videns, right? We've got the King of Wands. I always find these, because the characters in the cards are looking directly at you, it's almost like they're speaking to you in this deck, right? So this is what I feel when I use this deck. So it is absolutely beautiful. And oh my goodness, I love this one. The characters, I feel things in my eyes looking at their eyes, right? So you might also feel the same here using this card deck. All right, so this is the Solara Steampunk. And let's see what else we have here. All right, we actually are in the middle of fixing a leak in our house. So that's what my husband is up to, and you may hear some sounds. We actually had a leak and it plugged up our sink from upstairs to downstairs, things that we are dealing with here living in the mountains. So a lot of renovations going on here. So the next deck by Christopher Lee is the Samurai Spirit Tarot deck. Another one with absolutely beautiful visuals, right? So that is the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups. And I wanted to show you, I love cherry blossoms, and he's using a lot of the coloring and the cherry blossom themes and some of the more divine feminine energy around here, where as I'm talking about this, I'm not able to find one other than this one, Ace of Wands. Look at that. I love this. It's absolutely beautiful. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles here as well, right? So, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and feel free to interpret these cards for yourself as you're watching, because I feel there's a purpose and a reason why these cards are showing up for you today through all of these decks. All right, so this is the Samurai Spirit Tarot. And next we have, I've got such a huge mess on my desk right now, so I got to try to keep this organized. The one I really enjoy, this is the OG for me, is the Sanctus Concordia. I use this a lot on my channel, and again, it's the visuals. They're beautiful, they're calming. This is what I feel, and anytime I use this deck, I feel like everything is going to be okay. It doesn't matter what card is popping up, whatever the message is, I feel deep down inside that everything is going to be okay. So this is the Nine of Pentacles that came through upside down. We have the Ace of Pentacles, right? So the visuals, again, are stunning. And this is a card deck that sometimes I use for personal readings. I don't do personal readings, so if you ever find yourself receiving messages from someone posing as me, offering you some sort of service, WhatsApp, some sort of something, that is not me, everyone. I'm not doing personal readings. When I do personal readings in my own experience, like for myself, not for others, I use this deck and I make notes on it. So you'll see some of my card decks with notes on them. So the Two of Cups here, we've got the Three of Swords coming forward again. So that's interesting. How many of you feel as if you are moving through this energy right now as you are watching this video, right? Lots of swords coming through and the Judgment card. So look at the visuals. Aren't these just beautiful? It reminds me of, I want to say, Disney cartoons. Beauty and the Beast. I love the movie Tangled, right? This is kind of what I feel when I'm using this card deck. So here's the lid. So these are all by Christopher Lee, and I've got a code down there below for 10% off for these decks. Okay, so next, this is a newer deck I've been using. It is called Money Moves Oracle Deck. And I'm now kind of going rogue here because I'm supposed to be talking about tarot decks. But we're going to do what we're doing here and see what comes through. So you might notice these are like the synthwave kind of visuals. I love these cards. They're beautiful. And Money Tree is coming forward for you first. Look at that. And we've got Success coming through as well. So I love these cards. The messages are direct. And anytime I feel like I need an instant answer, I will lean towards this deck, especially if I'm looking to connect with the energy of abundance, the energy of gratitude. I will connect with this card deck. So yeah, the visuals are just stunning. And I've been kind of playing around with animating these cards as well. You may have seen in a couple of my collective readings. And just feeling where creativity is leading me here. So I like to use card decks that are visually appealing. So when they're showing up on the screen with everything that's going on in the studio, I try to match the energy through the cards. And I use decks that I feel are able to share a story. Now, the other card deck I wanted to share here is Tarot of the Abyss. I absolutely love this card deck. I actually had to buy a brand new box because I lost this card deck. And it's in a black bag like this. And I have many card decks that are in black bags like this. And I went through the entire studio to see where it went, and it just disappeared. And I'm like, I just used it. And I'm sure I put it on that table, but it's gone. And to me, it feels like, you know, Stranger Things, where that young boy in the first season is in another realm, still in his home. I feel that my card deck may be in another realm right now, not wanting to be found. And maybe it doesn't want to be used, but I wanted to use it, so I bought another deck. I'm sure that once I reorganize everything in here, I'll find it again. So this is the Tarot of the Abyss. I love this card deck. It's in black and white, and that's exactly what I feel when I'm using this deck, is black or white. polarity and duality, right? And the visuals are so, like, just with the, it feels like someone's used a pencil to sketch this, right? So I love this. I love black and white decks, especially ones that are this detailed. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. And you know what? I like to use this deck around any kind of full moon readings, or especially solar eclipses, because I feel this is how the energy comes through, is black and white. The gray areas we can fill in with the oracle cards, but this is, I feel, right to the point. I feel that I receive a lot of clear messages through this deck. And this was one of the original decks that I bought when I first started my tarot channel. So we go back, me and this deck. Well, not this one, but the other one that's decided it wants to hide. So look at all these cards coming through for you. 10 of Cups. Wow. Abundance. This is connection, community, right? So next after that, what is another tarot deck here that I've been using? Oh yeah, that one. We've got the Grim Tales, another new card deck for me. Oh my goodness. I hope that I don't share the exact same card deck twice. So this is the Grim Tales, and I've been using this the past month now because I love the visuals. And to me, this gives me that Coraline. Have any of you seen that movie, Coraline? It gives me those kinds of vibes here. So we have the Knight of Cups, right? So I just did a reading recently with these cards that are coming through right now. 3 of Swords. How many times has 3 of Swords come through today? I feel some of you are working on your heart center. So Page of Pentacles, right? There's something here that is tied to emotions, your emotional body. I feel releasing and letting go, healing, all of that is coming through. And, you know, as we're going through these cards today, I feel that heart chakra, this is the area that you're being called to work with right now. Meditations and any kind of releasing rituals, even conversations, communication, and writing, right? Look at these. These are beautiful. And this bat, I'm now seeing a bat. So you may have encountered a bat recently as well. Look at these roses. Oh my goodness. I love the visuals on these cards as well. So this is the Grim Tales Tarot. All right. And what else do we have here? I've got the Talevins or Talevins. I don't know how you say it. I use that quite a bit as well. I haven't used it in a while, but I really love this card deck. So my card decks are either from Etsy or Amazon. And this is one from Amazon. I'm hoping that it's still available. I'll take a look if I can find the link for this. But many of you have been commenting about this card deck as well. So we've got the Ace of Cups coming forward. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So it's a more darker vibe. And I feel this is where, you know, whenever I'm feeling that we have, whenever I feel that I want to dive into the depths and go deeper into what you might be experiencing, I'll use this card deck. And, you know, I always hope that when I do put the cards on the screen here, that you're able to take those cards and place them where they resonate and interpret them in a way that they're showing up in your own world, right? So these are beautiful, right? So yeah, some of you have sent me emails regarding this card deck, Talevins Tarot. Okay. And next, what other card deck have I used? I use mostly Christopher Lee's card decks. And, you know, I don't like to keep too many boxes, so sometimes I will put them in these little baggies. And all right, so where are we now? I've used the sacred woundings a lot on my channel, and I feel that sometimes we are moving through waves of energies that are hitting us right in our emotions, right in our gut. And we don't have the words to describe what it is that we're feeling. And I feel that sometimes these are perfect for describing them, right? So there is the wound of the frozen choice, and you can always pause this video to read the cards on the screen here. And we have the wound of the devoted ghost coming forward. You know, I had a friend that told me that these are like a sucker punch to the, gut. You know, when you hear this, because you don't have the words, but you're hearing it, it confirms something that you're moving through emotionally, something that you've been moving through sometimes since childhood. And it's about awareness around these emotions, these wounds as well. Sometimes we're not aware that we're feeling these things until we hear it, right? So that is the sacred woundings. So I love these kinds of card decks that are able to describe. I've always, since I was young, felt that I didn't have the words to describe what it is that I'm feeling. And whenever I did try to describe what it is that I'm feeling, sometimes I would get the interpretation wrong because I didn't have the words to describe what it is that I'm feeling. And being here and every day showing up, filming readings, channeling, and interpreting the cards for you has allowed me to understand my own emotions, to really understand how to interpret what it is that we all are going through. So I feel that's part of my purpose here on this channel. So I love this card deck. This is the Celestial Angel numbers. And I did receive an email from one of you recently asking where I bought this deck. Again, this was from Etsy. And the shop is called Midnight Oracle. I did go on the website on that Etsy page and I couldn't find this. So I feel these are discontinued. If you're able to find these, let me know and share in the comment section below. But I did look and I couldn't find it. So I'm permanently hooked on these cards because the messages just, they're able to, I like to create a container in my reading. So when you're coming in, you're in a safe and protected space. And then when you leave my readings, we seal the energy with angel numbers, closing the space off, right? So you may be seeing these angel numbers around right now in your life as you're watching this video. And we've got self-discovery here, right? Look at the visuals, they're so bright. So you can tell that I love color, right? So, and life is colorful, everyone. It really is. I always find that every morning when I wake up, I have this blank canvas that I get to paint. And I'm highly creative. That's just how I flow. I've always been like that since I was a little girl. And this is the way I'm able to express myself in a way that I can share with others is through this channel. So we've got, now there's 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒, another shop on Etsy that I really like. And her cards are a little bit more on the expensive side, but I love them, so I can't help myself. So this is the Spiritual Gift card deck. And again, I'll leave the links for you because they don't all have like boxes with names assigned to them. So these are all the gifts here. So we've got Earth Element coming forward for you. We've got Soul Tribe, right? So you'll know when you see these cards that those are the card decks that maybe you resonated with in a reading that really struck a chord in your soul, right? We've got Sexual Healer coming up, Candle Magic. I love these cards. And, in my practice, before I begin filming, before I even come up with a theme, if I'm using a theme, I sit with the cards and I feel into them and see kind of what story is unfolding through the cards. And that's how I work with them. That's how I choose what I need to use in a reading, just to give you an idea of how I work behind the scenes. Another 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒 deck that I haven't used a lot of, I used to use it a lot when I did do personal readings, is this one. And I forget the name, but I will leave you a link if it's still available because some card decks do become discontinued. So these are messages that are straight to the point that I pull whenever I'm doing those personal readings. And I usually close off with these. And, even now, if you like, you can pause the video, connect with spirit and come back and see what messages we get through these cards as I'm sharing this deck with you. So learn how to honor and treat your body well. All right. See, they're just plain and simple, and I love the visuals. So you won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. We have, you're on a journey of discovering your life's purpose. You're creating a you will be proud of. Right? So look at that. They're just right to the point here. Realize you have all the qualities to be a leader. It's okay not to have all the answers. They will come to you when you need them. Right? Sometimes we put a lot of weight on knowing or having certainty or confirmation. Sometimes it doesn't come. And we have to be okay with that and trust ourselves in those kinds of experiences. Something from your past will resurface, and it's okay to visit. It's okay to visit. You are going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. So look at that. So straight to the point, one of my favorite decks. And because I'm pulling this out, I feel like I'm going to be using this soon in one of my collective readings. So yeah, it's a Maruk X. You can see here on the back, they all have that big X on it. So anytime you see a card deck on my table here that has the X, you know immediately it's Maruk X. And here's another one by her. I don't know the name of this because they don't have names on the back of the cards, but these are Your Time Is Now. So look at that. I love these as well because whenever I use these ones, it feels like you've stepped into a portal. And this is the message that is coming through for you. So spiritual tests. And this one looks like an eyeball behind the person. So yeah, I really connect with these cards. An unlikely source. We've got gateway of gifts, right? Very vibrant colors, a little bit more of a darker themed deck, but very straight to the point, right? Commitment. It comes with a message and keywords. So, and then we've got creative forces, right? This is the energy I'm connecting to right now as I'm filming and sharing these cards with you. And next level, I love the color purple. I love anything synth wavy colored, like that kind of a theme. So this feels like that to me, these cards. And next, another card deck by Maruk is the Shadow Oracle. So as you can see, I use a lot of her card decks. It has Maruk right here on the bottom of the card deck. And we are getting the destructive shadow coming forward. So you might recognize these cards. And these are great for doing shadow work. We've got the drama shadow. Really understanding like what might be in the way. Like whenever I find like I'm stuck or things aren't moving along, or I feel like there's something in the way of what I'm trying to do, I'll use this deck and I'll take a look and see if I'm noticing this. And, you know, in my practice, I like to carry cards with me. So in my morning practice, I'll pull 3 cards, carry them around and see how they connect with my day. So we've got the suspicious shadow as well. All right. And we've got needy shadow coming forward. We've got workaholic shadow as well. I'm working on a Sunday, so that definitely is a workaholic energy. But to me, this doesn't feel like work because I so enjoy doing it. So detached shadow as well. And we've got victim shadow. So this is that shadow deck by Maruk X. And I think I've got one more from her. I've got many other ones that are on my shelf. So let's just put this one away here. Oh my goodness. And because some of these are in bags, sometimes it takes me forever to go through the decks, the bags, to see which card deck I want to use and where which one I'm looking for is. So this is the blocked energy card deck, and we are getting fear of success. So I've used these a lot. I haven't used them recently, but this is a big one as well that allows you to kind of see what might be in the way. So bad decisions. We've got the game of chess here. We have abusing power, you know, taking the easy way out. We've got all is flowing here. Ancestral money blocks. right? So this is what this card deck looks like. It's a really good deck to work with, especially with healing. If you're working on healing parts of yourself, trying to understand, things on a deeper level, this is a really great card deck to work with. So, and for clarifiers as well. All right, so we've got the Enchanted Forest. This is one that I love working with as well as an opening message, as a theme card deck, right? So we have a new chapter. This card deck is by Britta Baumann, and I've got a few of her decks here in my shelf here, and I think I've used a few of them. So No Debate. Aren't these beautiful? I love cards that have messages on them. Wild and Wonderful. We've got Fulfillment here. Oh my goodness, and we're getting a blue jay here. So look at that. I just saw a blue jay this morning as I was prepping for this video and getting ready. I was looking out of my window and there I see a blue jay. So you decide, participate, and you are safe. Okay, so these are the Enchanted Forest Oracle. And next we're going to do, this is the Regal Spirit Animal card deck. I love Spirit Animal card decks. These are these ones. All right, so we've got the Cockatoo Queen with her message of karmic energy. Right, I use these quite a bit as well because I love the messages that come through. So the Heron King, and it brings a message of bird's eye view. All right, so next we have the Eagle King as well, bringing you a message about flying high. We got the Tortoise King, you're almost there. We have, oh my gosh, the blue jay's coming up twice. So look at that. You may have seen a blue jay. Stand your ground. You're meant to stand your ground. And the Dove Queen is bringing a message about forgiveness. So you'll recognize this card deck because I use it quite a bit on my channel. It's one of my favorite. So I'll share a link for you for this one because I forget where I got this. It was on Etsy. I just forget the shop. So next, I love the 𝐓𝐾𝐒 Oracle. You may have seen me use this. I haven't used it in a while. I sometimes feel into cards and use the same deck over and over again. So we've got Abhinaloka, or sorry, Abhinalaka. That's the first one here. We've got Futura coming forward, so you'll recognize these as well. And yeah, this is a Spirit Warrior Oracle. So I'll use these around more intenser planetary alignments when we are going through Mercury retrograde, right? Or any kind of eclipse energies. I feel it awakens the spirit warrior within us and asks us to rise. So whenever I need a message like that, I will reach for this deck. So Nemesis is coming through. We've got Yelana, right? We've got Concha. All right, so I will try to put as many card decks, like cards here, even though they're not matching what I'm sharing here. I'll try to sync everything up though, right? Because it's annoying when things aren't matching up. So that is the 𝐓𝐾𝐒 Oracle, right? I use the Numerology Oracle a lot on my channel as well because these are very simple messages and we see a lot of color in our world, right? So colors, for me, purple, that's my favorite color. I love the color red as well. And that's a color we have coming forward here. So this is what this card deck looks like. So the number 11, individuality. We have adventure with the number 55, all the turquoise, blue, and green. And healing, the number 66 here with a lot of blue. You might be seeing these colors. This is why you're connecting with me today. We've got 87, pink and purple with synchronicity. We have the number 2, patience. So you might be interested in this card deck. I love it. Anytime I need a quick, short answer, I'll just pull one of these cards and I'll carry it with me. And it's so interesting when you do that. When you path work with your tarot and oracle cards, you start to see a lot of connection. You start to actually see what it is that you're carrying, right? So I've got the Soul Mirror Oracle. Again, I love using this card deck around full moon readings where you really want to dive deep and connect with your soul. It's more of a reflective card deck. So this is what this one looks like. So shadow work, right? This is a great deck to use in shadow work. So we have expression. This is what this looks like, right? So, and we've got cultivation. We have attention. We've got portal. And, you know, I'm not able to share every single deck I use on my channel, but I will make another video for you with more of the card decks. So cycle, we have relationships. So this is what this card deck looks like. All right. So next, more of the releasing and letting go full moon card decks for my readings here is the surrender, the power of surrender oracle. So I feel that this is an eye-opening one in it as well. So here it is, surrender to creativity. This is what this one looks like. So surrender to effortlessness. Surrender to rest and sleep. Oh my goodness, this is a big one. Sleep, I feel, is so important for me. I'm non-negotiable with my sleep. I sleep at a certain time. I have to have my 8 hours. If I don't, I just can't function. And I feel that even if I do get less sleep, it's not like that one night of sleep is going to totally derail me, but sleep is a priority for me. And I feel it's a priority for many people out there. So surrender worry. Worry. Oh my goodness, I'm a worry wart. And it takes a lot of effort to try and not worry, right? So surrender to trust. Trust yourself and trust in spirit. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. We can learn a lot of lessons by doing that. Surrender your fear of intimacy. Surrender low self-esteem. So this is what this card deck looks like. And I just want to read all the cards and get into a reading here with you, but this is not that video. And next we are going to, you know, this is one I want to share. I used to use this a lot. I haven't in a while. This is the Angel cards, Angel number Oracle. And this is what this one looks like. And I'll use it at the very end of my readings, right? But I just love the visuals on the celestial angels. So 3333 social skills. You can take a look at the meaning there. We've got 0110. This is what this card deck looks like. 0505. 1144. You might have been seeing these numbers recently. High vibes. We've got the gut feeling 0440. Listen to that gut feeling. 111 intuition. You're highly intuitive, my friends. And we got 444. You are divinely protected. You are under protection. So this is what these cards look like. I love these ones as well. And you know what? These cards are great to open up a reading just to get the overall energy and message that Spirit is trying to share with you, right? So next we have the Angelic Activations Oracle. And I also love this card deck because this connects you or me to the energy that is quietly guiding and supporting us, right? So first we are getting here star beings. All right, so this is what this card deck looks like. And I know some of you don't like it because of the visuals. I feel that, you know, sometimes when I do put them on the screen, they feel like they're blown out. So I have to adjust the colors to get it right. Principalities. And we have cherubim. We also have Mary, Queen of Angels. Do not be afraid. All right, so anytime I use this card deck, I feel it's because angels have already contacted you, connected with you, and you've been feeling their presence in your world. So anytime you see me using this card deck, immediately you can right away know that angels are around you. Thrones is coming up. And we also have guardian angel Ariel. Okay, so embrace your sacred calling. And then we have guardian angels are with you. You are not alone. And I'll pull one more here for you. Is universal energies. You are ascending. And you know what? Lately, because the words are so small, I'm having a hard time reading the words. So I think I need to go get my eyes checked. Um, you know what? Actually, I've been noticing that my eyes have been a little bit tired because the other day we went for a drive to Costco. It takes us about 2 hours to get to Costco. And whenever we're driving, the window um, will, it feels like my eyes are going crooked. Like I can't see straight. So I feel my eyes are tired. So this is another deck that many of you really enjoy, is a highly sensitive tarot. And this is a card deck. Again, I bought on Etsy, so I will share with you a link for this. So 4 of Cups, this is what it looks like. So I love it. It's beautiful. We've got the star coming forward. So I recently used this in a collective reading and I haven't shuffled the cards yet. So we're getting the same cards coming forward here that was in a past reading, the Magician. And we've got Lovers coming forward as well. Aren't these beautiful? Right? So we got the 5 of Cups. And we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have 2 of Wands. That's the exact image on the box. And we also have 10 of Cups. So there are 2 card decks that are similar, highly sensitive tarot. And I actually have both of them. I actually couldn't find the other one. It's somewhere in my, somewhere on my shelf or table or box. Some of my cards are still in boxes because we only moved 6 months ago and it was a really big move. And we're still going through unpacking. So the next card deck I wanted to share was the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. So I use this one quite a bit as well. And this is what this card deck looks like. We've got the She-Wolf coming forward. I love this. I love, again, the visuals. And I feel this one really does connect us to our angels and ancestors. So guardian angel, we've got feathers coming in as signs for you, wolves as your instincts, the full moon here. We've got Lord. And the message here is take charge with authenticity. Take charge with authenticity. We've got the Sage coming forward. Be devoted and committed. We've got the Air Guardian, shift your perspective. And in my readings, I do have cards that come reversed. And I do take that into account when I'm sharing the interpretation and the messages coming through for each card. So, you know, even when a card is upright, sometimes I will feel the energy coming in reversed. And that's how I interpret the cards. We all do it differently, right? Some might do it the same way as I do. So the Fire Guardian. So ignite your passions, my friends. We've got star ancestors coming in as well. You are connected to the stars. You know what's interesting? I saw something in our skies many times and we actually filmed it. And I have been trying to put it on my Instagram page and it won't let me. It's so weird. I'm able to put everything else on it except that one video. I tried this whole week trying to do that. I'm going to try again today, but it won't let me post it. So I find that really unusual. High Priest, intend and create. And we've got the arrow coming forward as well. So this is what this card deck looks like. Next, oh my goodness, how many card decks have I already shared? What time is it? Oh my goodness. All right, so I've got a little bit more time here before I have to film a guided meditation for you. That's what I'm doing next. So this is how I've been feeling this Sunday. So we've got the Spirit of the Animals Oracle as well. So a lot of these card decks have similar names. And when I'm putting these cards up, it's like, which spirit animal card deck is that again? So we've got the Raven coming up, the energy of the Shaman. This is a beautiful card deck as well. We've got the Deer, the energy of love. And, you know, anytime we see animals, anytime I pull these cards, this is the energy within you that is coming out. So whenever I see animals, I'll see the blue jay. I know right away the message it's bringing and something that I meant to see within myself. So clever. The coyote, we've got the heron coming forward with the message about patience. We have the snow leopard, self-reliance. Animals are around us all the time, right? We've got the squirrel, always prepared. right? And it's got the little chickadees in here too. I think those are chickadees. We've got penguin, authentic. Do they want you to be authentic? That is where our power lies, in our authenticity. So grizzly bear, power. You have a lot of power within you. And it's interesting, we're seeing a grizzly here with a fish because the other day we drove by a lake near our house. And anytime we drive by that lake, there's like, it's frozen, it's snow. Right now we're in the winter. The lake is frozen, but there's a part that has an opening. And we see this eagle, the same eagle there. Anytime we pass by, it's probably 3-4 times I've seen it. Anytime we've taken that road, and it's always in the same place. So we've got the spirit animals, another one, right? I just love spirit animal card decks. And I've got many more there on my table, but these are the ones that I wanted to share with you. So this is another black and white card deck, right? This one I think I bought on Etsy, or maybe it was on Amazon. Owl, observation. So they're black and white. And again, you know, anytime I need clarifiers, or if I need to just understand something, or if I'm seeing an animal, I'll pull one of these card decks and read the message. We've got the armadillo, protection, coming forward. We've got the beaver here, balance. We have eagle, vision, right? I was just talking about an eagle. It came forward. We have the lion here, control, right? So this is what this card deck looks like. Swan, the energy of love, the message about love. And I'll pull one more, is hippopotamus, exploration. All right. So there you have it. And what else do we have here? The Guardian Angels Oracle. That's one that I use often on my channel as well. So let's just slide these cards over. 2, 3. Okay, these are the last few I'm going to share here. So we've got the Guardian Angels. I use this as an opening card. Again, we're connecting with your Guardian Angels when I'm using this card deck. So we've got vitality coming in, the message of vitality. So another card deck that is one of my favorites, I use often on my channel, magnetism is coming forward. We've got never too late. It's never too late. You know, I thought exercising for me was too late, but I see people my age. I'm turning 47 this year. And I see women right now that are working out and starting in their 40s. And it looks promising. So I've been exercising. And I feel it's really important to exercise your body, to move your body. Choice. That's your choice that you get to make, the power of choice, right? So healing comes from exercising as well. If you take care of your body, it will take care of you. So listen within. Aren't these cards beautiful? I love these. Believe. And I know that some of you have this card deck. I've done live events and I've seen you with these cards here, some of you showing them on the screen. So this is this card deck, Guardian Angels. And I'm going to do the Divine Nature Healing Oracle because it has animals. It comes with an affirmation, which I absolutely love, cards that come with affirmations, right? So that is the Divine Nature Healing. So I'll show you what this looks like. All right, so leave those ones in here. So allow renewal. Aren't these cute? I love these. They're all with like little baby animals. So this is Soul Family. So I think there's been a message before in another card deck that came up with Soul Family. Hold space for the sacred. All right, we've got Simplify Life. Trust the eternal abundant spirit. Have the long game in mind. So this is what it looks like. Protect your boundaries. This is an important message. Protect your boundaries. And we've got the power animals, another animal card deck. Yes, lots of animals coming forward here. So this is what this card deck looks like. And these are short, punchy messages, which I love. So we've got, let's just put this one down here so it's not in front of the camera. We've got the cat coming forward. So look at that. Aren't these nice? They're so vivid, so like lifelike. penguin. We've got the ram coming forward here. We've got the raccoon here. And let me find a card that I really like here, which is my favorite. I love the koala. Isn't that pretty? I love the greens, the colors here, so vibrant, so beautiful. So that was the cockatoo and the Arctic fox. All right, so this is this card deck. And next, what else do we got here? So, oh, the Priestess of Light. Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite decks. I use it often. The messages are just so amazing. And the guidebook is, the pages are falling out. So this is what it looks like here. Sacred breath and sound. Right? Tenderness. Got a giraffe coming forward. And what is that? Precognition. Loss and lack. Duality. And calming the water. So this is a divine feminine energy that I feel when I'm working with these cards. So it's about allowing yourself to be within a situation and to learn what it is that your soul is meant to learn through it. And these really help me connect with those messages. So this is what this card deck looks like. So sensuality. It's one of my favorite cards here. I love the imagery. I love the tiger here with the woman, her headdress, the colors, all of it. Right? So one more, brilliant belief. Brilliant beliefs. Right? So that is the Priestess of Light. And I think that is it for today, everyone. So there you have it. These are some of the cards I've been using on my channel recently. And again, I'm going to leave you the links in the description box below. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. And until the next time, my friends, I love you all.